Manisha, Assistant Professor, CSE Department, RMDEC Engineering College. In this video, I'm going to discuss about the topic interaction. So, what are the interaction style? How human and computer have interacted by using some common techniques. What are the process of styles? How the computer and user have a distinct styles of interaction. So, there are some list of common interaction styles: command line interface, menus, natural language, question and answer and query dialog, form fills and spreadsheets, WIMP is windows, icons, menu and pointer, point and click, three-dimensional interface. So we are going to see detail about what are the each techniques. So first is command line interface. So the command line interface was the first interactive dialog style to be commonly used, and in spite of the availability of menu-driven interface, and it's still widely used. So suitable for repetitive tasks, better for expert users than novices, offers direct access to system functionality. Command names abbreviation should be very meaningful. So what is the example is the Unix system, everything it should be in command mode. So more commonly today it is in supplementary to menu-based interface, priority accelerated access to system's functionality for the experienced users. So the next comes menus. In the menu-driven interface, a set of options available to the users is displayed on the screen and selected using the mouse or numeric or alphabet keys. Here the options are visible, hence they are easily to use, less demanding of the user, rely on recognition rather than recall. So however, menu options still need to be meaningful and logically grouped to aid recognition. Often menus are hierarchically ordered and the option required is not available on the top layer of the hierarchy. So in this, the grouping and naming of the menu option then provide only cue for the user to find the required option. Such system either can be a purely text-based with the menu options being presented as number choice, letters, arrow keys, and what are the other topics. Now the next is what natural language. It is familiar to user, speech recognition or typed natural, problems vague, ambiguous, hard to do well. So for what this natural solution is try to understand the subset, pick on the keywords, the query language. For example, it can be taken as SQL. It is used to retrieve information from the database, requires understanding of database structures and language syntax, and some requires some expertise on working on this. So in this often used as an information system. The next is question and query dialog box. The question and answer interface, it is a dialog, it is a simple mechanism for providing input to an application in a specific domain. The user is asked a series of questions mainly with yes or no responses. And here an example of this would be a web questionnaire often used in language system. So how to retrieve the information. The next comes in this form. Form filling interfaces are primarily for data entry or data retrieval. It is screen-like form, data put into relevant places, and it requires good design, obvious correction facilities. So the user works through a form, filling in the appropriate value. The data are then entered into the application in the correct place. Most form filling interfaces allow easy movement around the form and allow some fields to be left blank. The dialog style is usefully primarily for data entry application, and it is easy to learn and use for novice users. However, assuming a design that allows flexible entry, form filling is also appropriate for expert users. Spreadsheets are a sophisticated variations of form filling. The spreadsheet comprises of a grids of cells, each of which contain a value or formula. The formula can be involved in other cells. First it is busy calc followed by lotus L3. Now it is MS Excel is the most commonly today sophisticated variations of form filling. Now it is WIMP interface, Windows icons, menu pointer, and it is very easy to apply in this. My example of WIMP interface is Microsoft Windows for IBM PC compatibles, Mac OS for Apple Macintosh compatibles, various X Windows based for Unix interfaces. So it is a default interface style for the majority of interactive computer system in use today, especially in the PC and the desktop workstation arena. The next is point and click interface. It is used in multimedia, web browser, hypertext is just clicking something, and it is be located on a minimal typing. Most multimedia systems and in web browsers, virtually all actions takes only in a single click of the mouse button. The point and click interface style is obviously closely related to the WIMP style. It is clearly overlap in the use of buttons, but may also include other WIMP elements. However, the philosophy is simpler and more closely tied to ideas of hypertext. In addition, the point and click is not tied to the mouse based interface and is also extensively used in touchscreen information systems. In this case, it is often combined with a menu-driven interface. The point and click style has been popularized by worldwide web pages which incorporate all the types of point and click navigation such as maps, highlighted words, and iconic buttons. Three-dimensional interface, virtual reality, ordinary window system, 3D workspaces. There's an increasing use of three-dimensional effect in the user interface. The most obvious example is virtual reality, but VR is the only part of available to the interface designer. The simplest technique in where ordinary WIMP elements, buttons, callbacks, etc. given a 3D appearance using shading, giving the appearance of being sculpted out of stone. A more complex technique used interface to the 3D workspace. The objects displayed in such system are usually flat, but are displayed in the perspective when at an angle to the viewer and shrink when they are further away. Three-dimensional workspace give you an extra space, but in a more natural way than iconizing windows. Finally, there are virtual reality and information visualizing system where the user can know about within a stimulated 3D world.